Hello and welcome to a new reaction video. My name is Larissa and today I'm going to react to the new Westworld episode. I don't know, since Westworld came out, I have been in such a big Westworld vibe, and I think it's also because my friend Finn is also such a big fan, so we're constantly talking about it and that hypes you up even more. So every time there's a new Westworld episode, I'm just like, yes, new Westworld episode. But yeah, before I start this reaction, I want to tell you that it is possible to see this reaction uncut, so my full reaction to the episode. If you want to see that, you can check out my Patreon, the link is in the description. You can also find early access there to other shows. Umbrella Academy, the full season is on there already, so if you're interested, check that out. Okay, and then before I start with this episode, I want to talk about the last episode a bit more, because after the episode I watched some breakdown videos. I saw people say some theories on the internet and they were kind of interesting. Well, honestly, the biggest thing was that a lot of people thought that the girl Bernard and Stubbs were with is actually an older Frankie. The reason I didn't think about that was because I was for some reason really convinced that they were just in the same timeline. But then when I read that, I was like, this is Westworld. Why am I so convinced that this is the same timeline? You can never know with Westworld. So I'm trying to back off from that idea. So I think that is a big possibility that that is actually an older Frankie. But then I saw this one theory and honestly, I feel like this is a really smart theory. And when I read it, I was like, okay, I'm immediately going to discuss this in the next episode. So this person thinks that there are 3 timelines now. So Caleb and Maeve, they're in the beginning, like that's 8 years after season 3. But this is the first timeline. This is the beginning of the plan from Dolores / Hale. It's actually just Dolores, but to enslave the humans. Then there's the second timeline. That's where Dolores won. And that's the storyline with Maeve and Caleb. Because they're in that lab and these people are being controlled by a tower. Like, I realized that myself, like right after the episode, like wait, but in the storyline from Dolores, they were talking about the tower controlling people, the game about the tower. And then I realized, okay, but that thing that made a sound, that was a tower and it controlled humans. So I already thought, okay, that has to have to do something with each other. So, okay, and then they think that the same timeline is the Dolores storyline, because she works for that and she creates the storylines from the tower. So that is the same storyline. And then there's this third timeline, and that's the Bernard and Stubbs timeline. They think that the people in the desert are the last humans fighting. So when I read that, I was like, this does make a lot of sense to me. So I hope I explained it correctly, but I feel like a lot of other people also had this theory, so I think you get what I mean. But I just found out after I watched the episode, so I didn't really get the chance to say it last time, so I wanted to do it now. It's just a theory, of course, doesn't have to be true, but I feel like, look, from all the theories I read, I felt like this was the most logical one. And I think in my head, I kind of want to go with this theory now. So yeah, I'm just gonna find out if that's true. And oh, and I also really hope we're gonna see some more Dolores this episode. We still haven't seen Dolores and Teddy, and I say this every episode and every time it doesn't happen, so maybe I should stop jinxing it. But yeah, with that said, let's just watch this episode and see where it ends up. Oh, Maeve finding Caleb. That's where it starts, because he got attacked by the flies. They escaped?
What happens when this war is over?
Okay, so they escaped, but he's probably like brainwashed now.
Go back to our regular lives. I guess you'll be in the luxury of finding out.
I count 4, maybe 5.
12 total. 5 on the perimeter. 7 inside. Security feed.
Show off.
Imagine being besties with a host.
Hold out.
Oh! That's Rehoboam, right? Oh, that's this building. I didn't notice. Oh, that's cool. Ugh. Did he get hit? Oh, fuck. Also, it's funny how when they were in the theme park, Maeve was the one who could die and Caleb basically had to cover her, and now it's the other way around. I hope he'll be fine though. Don't die now. No!
You'll have to be more specific, Caleb.
Life after this.
Is he really gonna die now?
I want to know what freedom feels like. I can hack into your limbs. I felt it.
Just...
Feel.
Whoa, what? Does he see this now? Wait, did any of this actually happen? It didn't. It didn't. I was so convinced that this was real. I don't know why. Of course it wasn't. I thought he was just brainwashed now, but he's literally still there.
You wouldn't even want to resist.
Also talking about Tessa Thompson, I'm seeing tour tomorrow.
Kill them? No, they're still somewhere out there alive.
I mean, if she sent the host to them, why didn't the host just kill them immediately, honestly?
I prefer the term host. After they're done here, they'll have as souvenirs debauched memories of their exploits and my parasites. Welcome to the super spreader event of the century. You're the first wave. Maeve and Dolores were always so fond of you, I'm inclined to keep you around. See what all the fuss is about.
Yeah, because I was just thinking, like, she is actually a version of Dolores, but I feel like these versions have different minds actually, because in the end of season 3 they also turned against each other, so... Maeve? Oh yeah, they captured her too.
There is no us.
Yeah. Why is she wearing that? Oh, this is just what she was wearing in the... Thought it was her old outfit for a second. I knew it. But I mean, he beat you 2 times now, so... Just casually walking while being followed. So is that the tower then?
Scared child hiding in shadow.
Like he doesn't know where she is.
You're not the one I was trying to control.
Oh. Huh. I mean, it works. Now get out of there, Caleb. Maybe just kill her right now, in how far that's possible.
There I was thinking, why was Dolores' dark side?
So actually Dolores, her dark side is now in her.
Coming with us.
And then there's Christina, which is the other side. Kind of. Finally!
Whoa. What happened here?
Suddenly it doesn't look like a fairy tale anymore.
More nightmares? But there's this pesky fly that kept landing on our food. We chased it away. They got my dad first. And then they went absolutely still. Jesus. What's it supposed to be?
The tower? So that's the tower? I don't know. I just hear the tower and now I'm like, the tower where?
I will find someone perfect for you, I promise.
Why?
Christina.
Why do you think she needs
I
someone?
need a night off.
She's gonna run into Teddy.
What are they doing? Deciding our fate.
Those two can be our only chance to free everyone.
Yeah, I think this is indeed in the future because they're constantly talking about people who are enslaved. So probably because of that thing from Charlotte.
Do it. If it's bullshit, shoot them.
But this one's coming with us.
Wait, they want to split them up? But they're a team.
You have to go with him. Safety.
They're a package deal.
Yours.
Don't take any chances out there.
Where's the fun in that?
Aww, cute. We're back. But why are we back? Maeve and Caleb aren't there anymore, right? Never mind. She's back.
That's a day off for you. You could have lived in peace, undisturbed, if you hadn't been so sentimental.
What's she talking about?
So that sound is already everywhere in the park.
If the guests in the park don't kill you both first. No, dude, shut up.
I love the music again. There are constantly these other versions of Sweetwater. Oh shit. Shit.
The access in this park are just cheap copies of Westworld. I've lived these loops 1,000 times. No one knows this game better than I do. Go! I'll distract them.
The sound is so annoying. Caleb, go. Oh no! No! This is so chaotic. What the fuck is he doing? Ah. Like, this music tells me enough. We're back in this storyline. It's always so fake or something. So dreamy. I think that's more what I meant. Just trying to look chivalrous.
Don't mind me. Just trying to look chivalrous.
Helped you? You on my date?
That's not a problem.
Ah, I miss them.
Christina.
It's so good to see them together.
I feel like I've known you lifetimes.
And now I know that you're extremely cheesy.
Well, perhaps you could write me a better line.
What's that supposed to mean?
You're a writer, right?
Okay.
I used to live like that. Rinse and repeat. Like a train circling the smallest track.
What kind of work were you in?
If I told you, you wouldn't believe me.
Well, do tell. I'm curious.
Something of a bounty hunter with a heart of gold. And the things that feel the most real are nothing but stories that we tell ourselves.
Have we met before? Very familiar.
Now who's the one using the cheesy pickup lines?
I'm just getting chills because I miss them so much together.
No, to you and your path, wherever it leads.
I don't know, always when I see Teddy and Dolores together, it just gives me this safe feeling. Like, they're just the ultimate Westworld feeling. And I always felt like with Teddy was Dolores her safe space. Even though he always died, but yeah. It's just so nice to see them together. I don't know what that feeling is.
Disappear on me this time too.
Typical. I didn't. I sat at your bedside for weeks, fearing the worst.
Oh, really?
I confronted something I had never confronted before. Mortality. The finality of death in your kind.
She really cares about Caleb then.
You asked me once what a regular life would look like for you.
So this did happen.
I saw a vision of how it could be.
Okay.
For you to be free. It was extraordinary. Our kinds are locked in a perpetual struggle. I wanted you to have something to fight for.
You've been alone for all these years.
I knew that if I stayed put, no harm would come to you. You deserve to have something real to hold on to.
Oh my god.
That's why I left. One day I got curious, so I reached out through the grid to find you. And
So hell found us.
I love Maeve so much. Like the thing she did for Caleb, I never thought, even though Maeve is one of the, like she tries to show this really tough side, but I think she is one of the most caring hosts actually. Of course that's all code and shit, and she cares about Caleb, and I don't know, I never thought something like this, but that's so nice. Why is he always in the way?
Keep getting interrupted.
What's she gonna do?
My family.
They're fine, Caleb. We lost Carver, but your family is safe.
They're safe.
Fuck Carver, my family. No, I get it, he was really worried. Yeah, but this is not over yet. We're only halfway through the season. And if Bernard and Stubbs are really in the future, then that's how it's gonna end.
Pick up the gun.
that's right.
Thank you.
How did you disobey me?
Yeah, how did he? But like, can they die? Can they only die in the park?
Look here. This is the last face you'll ever see.
Always insist on mutual satisfaction.
No, Maeve.
See you in the next life.
There is always a next life though, right?
You dozed off for a minute there.
We better get Maeve back. Westworld isn't Westworld without Maeve, and I think they know that, so...
Frankie will not grow up in a world where she is controlled by you.
Yeah, I think this says enough. I think this is enough hinting that that's Frankie.
Afraid she's a goner. Took out my man too, and I can always rebuild. Maeve, on the other hand, she's something special.
Is Westworld continuing after this season? Because I just can't believe they would actually kill Maeve. Maeve is gonna be rebuilt too, right?
Do you remember this moment?
What's that supposed to mean?
We got to the shed.
Those lights don't belong to your men. They belong to mine.
What? What? No, what?
You died.
Is she just fucking with him? Because he's infected with the virus?
Right here.
Is he a host? It doesn't make sense anymore. It really doesn't make sense. Welcome to Westworld. I really wonder what they're gonna dig up.
Looking for your father.
My father's dead.
But you can never really bring yourself to believe it, can you?
You say it happened here. And it's true. Of your body.
Oh. So this is the same place. Oh, this is so messed up.
Isn't where,
When?
but when. How long have you been here? It's part of an interview to establish a baseline. Fidelity.
What?
Well, you're certainly a version of you. I believe the 278th.
What the fuck is going on?
This kind of experimentation was started by your kind. The parasite worked on adults initially, but there was always some resistance. It took a generation for those children to mature, for me to gain complete control over your world.
Can this episode stop? Yeah, my brain is exploding.
23 years since you died in that park. Kayla, you're beginning to see it now, aren't you?
Oh, this really reminds me of Logan's dad.
There is a body.
Maeve? It's Maeve, right?
It's not your father's. Caleb isn't here, but that weapon I promised you is.
So Maeve is the weapon. Oh, this episode is constantly giving me chills. It's 35 degrees today and I'm cold because this episode.
It was time for a new narrative.
Fucking hell. So they are so far in the future right now. Wait a second. This is where Dolores is. Or Christina. So this is the future. What the fuck?
Do you understand now, Caleb? Well, Welcome to my world.
She did win eventually. What the fuck? But do they keep showing him that every time there's a new version? Everything is going to shit. What the fuck? I am so confused right now. And I have so many emotions because of this episode and I don't know how to describe them, but I'm mostly confused. But beside that, I'm just like sad that it has really come to that. So right now I feel like the Dolores/Christina storyline, maybe they blame her because I mean Charlotte is actually a version of Dolores. And Christina is, I think, also actually Dolores. I mean, yeah. So I think that's the reason that man blamed her then. I don't know, I'm just guessing things right now. I'm just trying to like make sense of all of this. What I'm wondering about right now is mostly what like Dolores/Christina, like that character, just Evan's character, and Teddy, what that storyline has to do with the rest. Because like I said from the beginning, I was very invested in that storyline. I think mostly because Teddy and Dolores, the OGs, I don't know, just when I saw them together it was so short, but it made me feel so good. I don't know, they just give me that ultimate Westworld feeling, like that OG Westworld feeling. And especially because we didn't see him at all in season 3. It was after such a long time so nice to finally see them back together. I think when I watched season 2 it was like 2019, so that's more than 3 years ago now. So I don't know, it was just really nice to see them back together. And right now I think I'm mostly curious about that storyline because I feel like we found so much out about the Caleb and Maeve and Charlotte storyline that I'm like, okay, I feel like, I don't think it's true, but I feel like we know most about it now. And what now still really doesn't make sense is how it's connected to Teddy and Dolores. So yeah, I'm so fucking hell. It was such a good episode. Also, when we found out that Maeve actually cared so much about Caleb and that she just wanted him to be happy and then left when he met his wife, and because she made the mistake, Hale found them. But just when I heard that she sat on his bedside for weeks when he almost died, I was like, bro, what the fuck? I really didn't see that coming. I mean, I think Maeve is a caring character. I mean, we've seen that since the first season with her daughter, but I mean, she is still a host. And I mean, if they're programmed to love other hosts, okay. But Caleb is a human. He's actually a random human she met one day, and then she cared so much about him. So I didn't see that coming, but I don't know, it was kind of heartwarming. I like that. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna look up some other theories, or like, not really look up theories, just see what other people have to say about this episode, so I don't miss out on things like last week and then have to say it next week. I'm just mainly confused right now. Most people mostly are, because it's Westworld. Yeah, everyone says their brain is exploding. Oh, people are posting pictures of Teddy and Dolores together in different seasons, and then they use the quote, "I feel like I've known you lifetimes." So cute. Oh, I ship them so hard. I don't know why. Honestly, in season 1 I hated them together, but then when we found out who William really was, and I was like, go back to Teddy. Teddy is so sweet, so caring. I don't know. I don't know. I feel like they're just this fairy tale couple. Like, they're actually the princess and Prince Charming. I don't know why. Most people are honestly just talking about Teddy and Dolores being back together. Someone is saying here, I was wrong, the Dolores timeline is not the past but the future. Oh, people are saying that they maybe just can't see the tower while it is there. Oh, okay, I get what people mean. Because actually everything is just in the same timeline then. Because at first, like in the beginning of this episode, I said that people thought it were 3 different timelines. And then I was like, I mean, it's better to assume that because it is still Westworld. But now they actually mind-fucked us by actually making it all in the same timeline. But after watching it, I was aware that Bernard and Stubbs and Maeve and Caleb were in the same timeline. But it wasn't clear to me yet that Dolores, or like Christina, was also in the same timeline. But it does make sense now that I think about it, because then she is just the storyline of the people who are being controlled, who like don't notice it. And I think she's writing these narratives then for like the tower. So yeah, okay, it does make sense now. So it is actually all in the same timeline. Bro, they really did outsmart us. Oh my god. Christina is starting to question the reality of her world, just like Dolores did back in Westworld. Yeah, okay, I think I'm just going to end this reaction. I'm just feeling a lot of confusion right now, but I am so excited for the next few episodes. And also I think the writers, they're so fucking smart. I mean, we knew that in season 1 already, but like, how do you come up with this shit? It's so good. And also the show always knows how to outsmart us. And with most other shows I'm like, oh, this is probably going to happen, and then you can guess it really early. But Westworld is just always blowing my mind. I think it's so good. Let me know what you thought of this episode. Yeah, I think after this I might just read some other theories. So I might be back next week and be like, I missed some things again, so I'm going to discuss them now. But yeah, I mean, Westworld is so confusing, but I love it. It was a really good episode. I thought last week I was like, this was the best episode of the season. Now I get this episode, I'm like, this is the best episode of the season. I don't know anymore. Yeah, I think that was my reaction. Like I said, if you want to see the full reaction, check out my Patreon. Did you like this? Then please leave a like, subscribe, and then yeah, I really hope to see you next week. Bye!